Uber's mission is to create opportunity through movement. We started out in 2010 and we had a simple problem. How do you get a ride through the touch of a button?
A few years back, we went through a 45% headcount reduction. And so we had to really roll up our sleeves and apply strategy to figure out how we can prioritize, how we can make our processes more efficient, how we can build automation.
One of the processes that we were able to automate was our T&E service desk, and that was a very sort of manual process where the employee raises the ticket and then we have a member of the T&E team answering that ticket. So we automated that. It reduced the amount of time our team were spending to manually respond to tickets, and it also reduced the amount of time that the employees had to wait for responses.
We use Concur APIs to build a chat bot that interacts with employees on their rejected expense reports. So essentially, once an employee's expense report is rejected, a bot reaches out via chat bot to the employee and helps them with their rejected expense report. It'll let the employee know why their expense report was rejected and then actually go the next step and collect things like attendees, receipts, expense type. And then the bot uses the APIs to proxy into the user's account in Concur and will actually make the updates to the expense entry on behalf of the employee.
Uber for Business as a program has helped to save significant time for our employees. In the Uber app, employees use their business profile, and by doing this automates all the data input and all the receipt attachments that are required for Uber rides.
We've been able to use an integration between Concur and our data aggregator tool to be able to build key metrics and insights. A nice example of this is that we have visibility on past due unsubmitted expenses for each employee. And so we've been able to use that data to be able to build in processes to be able to communicate to employees who submit their past due expenses. And as a result, we've been able to lower our unsubmitted corporate card past due volume to less than 1% of our total spend over the course of a year. In an effort to reduce the time spent by managers on expense reports, we simply ask them to not review and approve low-risk, low-material transactions. We're able to automate the approval for approximately 23% of our expense reports, which is less than 1% of our total spend. This reduces the amount of time spent by managers reviewing expense reports. We calculate this over $75,000 in savings in labor per year.
At the point at the end of the month where I have to do my expense report, most of the fields are already filled up. So I think that's what automation has done for our program.